up there in the darkness. Something terrifying. Something that will not stop till it gets revenge. Me.
We really wanted to try and take the Batman character to something a little bit more extreme.
It's absolutely nothing to do with any Batman you've ever seen before.
The dynamics in the script of the characters of the bad guys and the good guys are wonderfully complex.
It is very exciting and intriguing because most people don't know exactly how it all started.
There are surprising little moments. It's pretty cool.
Nice car.
You should see my other one.
There's all kinds of things like this wonderful automobile.
It is a story on an absolutely epic scale, and that is what Batman deserves.
If you make yourself more than just a man, and if they can't stop you, you become something else entirely.
Which is?
Legend.
Starting this project, what I wanted to do was tell the Batman story that I'd never seen, which is the origin story, showing how Bruce Wayne becomes Batman. And I wanted to tell it in a realistic fashion.
We really wanted something that was unique in style and look, and also the storyline is much more believable.
You really see how it all comes about and the reasons for it and how he became from the boy to the man that he is.
One of the things that I think Chris is very good at is taking the audience and really putting them inside a character's head. And the way Bruce feels fear and he takes it and he imposes it on the criminals in Gotham is really fantastic.
Batman's always just had the Batcave and he's always just had the Batmobile and the costume. But obviously it took a lot of time and a lot of money and a lot of effort for Bruce Wayne to create all those things. And that's why we call it Batman Begins.
We go right from the beginning. So you have the young Bruce Wayne before anything has gone wrong, and then in the alleyway when his parents are shot right in front of him.
Don't be afraid.
And then you get the college-age Bruce Wayne, who's kind of a lost cause in many ways. He doesn't really want to stay in Gotham.
Now you think, because your mommy and your daddy got shot, you know about the ugly side of life, but you don't. You're Bruce Wayne, the Prince of Gotham. You'd have to go 1,000 miles to meet someone who didn't know your name.
He just wants to get away from his life, so he disappears.
This is the first Batman that left Gotham City.
Showing the world outside of Gotham, I think it just lends that scope you don't often see in superhero movies.
Are you so desperate to fight criminals that you lock yourself in to take them on one at a time?
Actually, they're worse out, huh?
My character of Ducard, we meet him in a very dirty prison cell where Bruce Wayne has been thrown into bed, and I offer him a path out of his torture. You must become more than just a man in the mind of your opponent. Are you ready to begin?
He trains and strengthens himself physically, mentally, with fighting skills.
One of the great characters that has a great deal of complexity is the Ra's al Ghul character.
Impressive.
He's got this ambiguity of, is he evil or not?
He's so mysterious guy, and nobody knows his background.
As Gotham's favored son, you will be ideally placed to strike at the heart of criminality.
Bruce now believes he can return to Gotham and make some kind of a difference and fight injustice.
Have you told anyone I'm coming back?
I just couldn't figure the legal ramifications of bringing you back from the dead.
Dead?
You've been gone 7 years.
You have me declared dead?
He's the one constant in his life, and he is basically his family.
But Master Wayne, the guests will be arriving. Keep them happy until I arrive. Tell them that joke,
It's a funny kind of play between the two of them, but something that Bruce absolutely could not do without.
As a man, I'm flesh and blood. I can be ignored, I can be destroyed, but as a symbol, I can be incorruptible. I can be everlasting.
What symbol?
We had a lot of fun thinking about how would you put together the tools to be Batman. We very much like the idea of taking a rather grittier and rather more raw approach to how these things would be developed.
Batman has no superpowers whatsoever, so it really is a man, and we want to give the impression that, okay, you know, if you're fit enough and you have these skills, this could be possible to do.
It's a very interesting situation where you're setting up how Batman became Batman. It's the psychology of it. It's the emotionality of it. That's going to be cool.
What's always been fascinating about Batman as a hero is that he's a figure who's taken a lot of the negative emotions that he feels, a lot of very powerful, dark things that he feels, and made something positive from them.
Nomex survival suit for advanced infantry. Kevlar bi-weave, reinforced joints.
Tear resistant.
This sucker will stop a knife.
Bulletproof.
Anything but a straight shot.
Morgan Freeman plays a character named Lucius Fox, who is Bruce's conduit into Wayne Enterprises.
What's your interest in it, Mr. Wayne?
I want to borrow it for spelunking.
Spelunking?
Yeah, you know, cave diving.
You expecting to run into much gunfire in these caves?
He sort of takes him under his wing, really, and helps him in his quest to become Batman.
He was involved with the creation of a lot of these products that they have warehoused. He has all this knowledge about what is there, how it got there, and what its purpose is. It's called memory cloth, regularly flexible, but put a current through it, becomes rigid.
And then Bruce decides that he does need some kind of profile so that people